Right. Here we go for round number. Close my door. Round number 13 for the Tier 2 Championship, as Asif has died in Tier 3. And yeah, here we're at Monza, the Temple of Speed, as it is nicknamed. And we'll go on board with our championship leader, Kostas. Obviously, Kostas can win the championship today. No NCT, so that makes his job a little bit easier, seeing as he's the closest rival. So if I can work out how many points he needs, I think he needs... NCT's on 149. So we'll go 50 points onto the 149 would be 199. Kostas is on 190. Yes, so if Kostas gets 10 points, 5th or above, he wins the championship. 0 sets the first lap as a 22-1. Kostas goes and does a 21-8, and they're the first times. So far we'll go on board with rear wheelman, as Ben Gallagher does 23 flat. I'm expecting that to come down a little bit from Ben. Now an MUFC boss has done a 21-4, and rear wheelman's done a shocker. Now we've got John Hocking coming across the line now, and he is going to do a 21.8 to put himself into P2. We've got Rennie on a starting his lap. Is anyone else a bit further along? I think he's given up on that lap. Don't think Ben has. I think he's on one. There's Walululu's doing a 24-0. But we'll keep on board with Rennie in the McLaren. Obviously, a couple of weeks ago he won a race. Obviously, MFC has won the last race, and he's on some good form, and he'll be expecting to try and win this one as well. And Rennie, probably the fastest driver in the league. Is he on the soft tyres? Be quite surprised. Yeah, Rennie's gone soft, so's Kostas, and that's why he's a little bit off. But we'll see what Rennie can do on these times, and he goes quickest with a 21.2 on the soft tyres. So destroying the field is Rennie. Look. So the only two people to go on soft tyres are the championship leader Kostas and Rennie, P1 and P4, and it's a pretty smart move, seeing as the field isn't a lot of people here, and you'd expect them to beat a lot of them anyway. But we've got 4 people in the 21s at the minute. I expect the whole field to be mid 22s at least. Chrissy, Janak's in the pair. Chris is on out lap. Look for people on actual laps. One of them is possibly rear wheelman. So keep an eye on him. It doesn't matter if they go super soft or softs, because it's basically a one stop anyway between the super soft and the soft. Someone may go medium. The pad runners that run higher ballast will struggle to keep the tyres in check. But we're on board rear wheelman, who's done a 22.9 at the minute. Will he improve? No, he does not. So he'll stay in P6. 8 tenths off 0, so he's quite a way off. And we've got yellow flag, and it's Walululu doing a 3-point turn. I think he'd been there outside the parabolica. Chrissy's on his lap. Kostaska get out well out of the way, but Chrissy's just given up on it. We've got Akil, who's coming to the end of his lap, I think. The Indonesian, that sounds like he's from Indonesia. But no, he's Indian, this driver. Akil, and he'll come across the line. And he's starting his lap, so we'll keep an eye on that. Ganak is yet to do a lap. Chrissy is as well. Walululu improved to a 0.4, but he'd be expecting to get in the 22s at least. And I expect some of these to get into the 20s. Kostask is now on the supers. And Ganak's gone on the softs. There's Chrissy, there's a 31.2, but I don't think that's his actual lap. Ganak starting his lap. Akil mid lap. We'll see if there's anyone coming to the end of it. And we've got Ben Gallagher. I don't know if he's starting the lap. I'd predict he is. Comes across the line, it looks like he's, yeah. Rear wheelman's out there. Kostask, he's on a lap now. Cutting the corner perfection. He's realised Rene's so quick he has to just go out there and get the pole for himself. Rene's going to stay in the pits, I think, and just let nature take its course. Because I think he's only got one set of them soft tyres. But Kostask needs to really pull some out of the bag to get pole away from Rene. Not expecting him to do that. Going into the Ascari chicane, and it looks pretty neat from here. Now into the last corner, quite neat into the parabolica, and now he's going to come across the line, and Kostask is going to get P1 with a 20.7 to blow everybody out of the water. What can MUFC manage to achieve? I think Rene's coming out. No, and MUFC pits, and that will be the end of his qualifying. And Rene is coming out. He's seen Kostask's time, and he wants pole position for himself now. And we've got 4 drivers still in them 21s. Everyone else seems to be struggling. We've got Zero, who could possibly challenge, possibly. Quite nice for Ascari. Not smooth as Kostask, I must admit, but maybe he can get into them 21s. He'd be hoping so. The rear wheelman's not going to improve on his 22.5. Ben Gallagher's on a 22.7, and Walululu has binned it, but we're going to keep an eye on Zero, who comes across the line and he doesn't improve, or is just starting the lap. Walululu has lost his wheel. Where is that? I think that is on his way to the parabolica. I'd say so. We'll go on board with Ben Gallagher. See if he can improve. He's very, very slow for the Ascari, so something suggests to me that he won't. But Kostask has done what he wants to do. He's laid down the marker. Needs to be a lot more aggressive, does Ben, if he wants to improve. Zero doesn't improve on his time. Ganak's gone P5 on the softs and span. We didn't notice that. I think Ben's calling it. So that's the end of his qualifying. We're waiting for Akil, who's run out of fuel, so he's not going to set a lap. So that confirms his last place. And the only person yet to do a lap is, well, the only person on we've got 3 people on track, in fact. We've got John Hocking. We'll keep an eye on John. Obviously got Rennie as well on the lap, and Ganak, who's, let's face it, he's done at this point. We're just going to wait for John Hocking to come on and see what he can do. He comes across the line, the Season 2 champion, and he does not... well, I think he actually improved, but he just doesn't manage to get his into in P3. He just misses out by 300ths, so we're going to keep an eye on Rene, who's actually binned it in Ascari, so that's the end of his qualifying, and that will be the grid for the Monza Italian Grand Prix. And it's Kostas who's got pole by a margin, really, in the end. Half a second quicker than anyone else. Obviously Rene on them soft tyres in second, MUFC third, John Hocking in the other, Force India in fourth. Anyways, we've got an intriguing race ahead of us. Hopefully we can have a great battle out there, and hopefully not many crashes, and a bit of drama would be nice, wouldn't it? Like last week, for example, we had 3 people that could possibly win the race. Well, in the end it ended up being 2, because Matteo had the pace, who's not here this week. Kostas was closing down MUFC, and then it started raining, and then that was the end of that. So that's an interesting dynamic. But we'll have to wait and see. Wait for Ben Gallagher to ready up. But the timer gets there before him. So we have a camera angle. So Kostas can win the championship today if he gets 5th or above. So basically, as long as he don't bin it, he's won the championship. So it's interesting to see if he can do it today. Obviously NCT's championship rival isn't here, so could be an easy ride for him. 3 races to go to win the championship. Will be good for him. Rene in second. Could really have challenged the championship of Kostas, but obviously wasn't here at the beginning of the season. He only joined in, I think, Monaco, or I think it was the race before Monaco. Spain. MUFC won last week. Very good drive from him. Obviously that will give him a lot of confidence going into today's race that he can do it, but Rene and Kostas are a little bit quicker than him at this point. We've got John Hocking in 4th. Now obviously Season 2 champion for Tier 2, and we're hoping for a decent result today. Obviously he hasn't been quite up to his standards of last season, but he's done okay. Ganak in 5th, decent driver, he's on the soft tyres. Zero in 6th, Rear Wheelman 7th, Ben Gallagher, who's new to this league, in 8th, Wulululu in 9th. He's on his 100 metre board. Well done, Wulululu. Chrissy in 10th, and Akhil, the Indian, in 11th. But we're going to keep an eye for 5 red lights. We're just waiting for everyone to get on the grid. But we're going to go to 5 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Kostas gets a decent start, and we've got someone off already. It's the Ferrari. I think that's Rear Wheelman doing it on purpose, as Rene has bent it in the wall. After a shocking start, MFC is in second. It's fairly clean set for that. We've got Ganak moving his way into 3rd, John in 4th, Ben in 5th, 0-6, Wulululu in 7th, going side by side with Chrissy. But they both get away with it. It looks like Wulululu's going to get that position off of him. But big story is Rene with that shocking start, and MFC is pushing Kostas round the corner. And will he try into the first Lesmo? No, he does not, as we've got Ganak who's ran wide, and that will allow John Hocking past and Ben Gallagher is up into 5th place, and he's looking to draw blood from MUFC, who's made a mistake. I didn't notice that MUFC's actually slipped behind his teammate, so we've got a bit of a ding-dong here between the Toro Rosso driver and Ben. No, Ben! As he goes to Narnia, we're going to get a better camera angle because we're not getting too much from it. But Kostas is well into the lead with John Hocking in 2nd, Ganak in 3rd, MUFC, who's made a mistake on his first lap, in 4th, Zero in 5th, Chrissy in 6th, Wulululu in 7th, Rene has worked his way back up to 8th, but I'm presuming he will get an early pit stop and go into the mediums. I don't know what Lulu was doing. Ben's in the pits, and rear wheelman, who I think tried avoiding all the incidents or spun the wheels up into the grass. I'm not sure what happened to him. He's in the pits as well. As Frandy's raging. But Kostas is in lead. Kanak has managed to get his way past John Hocking into 3rd, and MUFC has managed that feat as well, switching drivers. I'm presuming, I think John may have made a mistake, but it's important for MUFC to get past Ganak because he's on them soft tyres that is horrible, and MUFC's binned it into the wall with the wheel spin, and he's lost half front wing as there's lots of lag on board with MUFC. As Zero has binned it out of Ascari, as I missed that a little bit, but that is our first driver casualty of the day. I'm sort of hoping that Rene can make a race of this with Kostas, but MUFC boss is into the pits, obviously broken his front wing. That promotes Wulululu into 6th place. Akil has made his way up into 5th. Chrissy is in 4th. John Hocking 3rd, Ganak is in 2nd on them soft tyres, and then Kostas is off into the distance, it seems. The only battle we've really got is this one between Chrissy and John Hocking, as Chrissy runs wide. John Hocking can't quite keep up with Ganak at the minute. I don't think he has the pace. But Rene, after all these accidents, has moved up to 7th already. So watch out for him with this alternate strategy, I'm presuming, unless it's mistaken. He's on the super softs, so he's going to try and outrun Kostas. Yeah, he lost out of Ascari, it just went bum. But Akil's gone the medium tyres, which is very interesting because you don't really need to use them in this race, as he's all over the shop. Yeah, but he's getting 6th position, so is Chrissy. Obviously he didn't set a lap in qualifying, so he's gone from last to 5th so far. And as you can see, the gap's to the leader. Ganak is already 7 seconds off in 4 laps. John Hocking is 7.6 off. Chrissy is 9, and the top 4 are the only people in 10 seconds of him. Akil 13, but the person we need to look for is Rene, because I don't know how long the pit stop is, but he's probably the one that I would look at who can catch Kostas, but he's not on the pace at the minute. And as you can see with the lap times, a 24.2 from Kostas, and everyone else is nowhere. So as we've got John Hocking, Ganak getting a bit closer. I'm expecting John to catch up to Ganak and overtake him at some point. And John's getting a bit closer, a bit slipstream and DRS, as he's got that now. So expect John Hocking to make some sort of a attempt to move a move, as Rene gets past Walulu. Lulu's made a massive mistake and lost all of his front wing. And that's Rene up into 6th, but he's 20 seconds off the next car. The other person I'd say who could get this is probably MUFC, but obviously he binned it and then that was that. As Rear Wheelman gets himself up in position. Ganak has a 3-second penalty already. And that could determine this race as well. Penalties. We'll have early warnings and what have you. You see Kostas is clean. Already a penalty. So the only penalty going to Ganak in his early laps. As where's Ganak gone? He's binned it somewhere. I'm presuming outside of Ascari as he's coming into the pits now, and so is John Hocking as he's lost our front wing as well. It seems. If we can get the details up. Actually, I can't see. It's not GT, Nathan. You can't see. But anyway, this is going in Kostas' favour pretty easily. And I think it's only a matter of time before Kostas wraps up this championship at this race, to be honest. I mean, as Ben Gallagher's got past Ganak, who's pit. MFC is now past him, and Rene is now into 4th. Rene will probably get 2nd in this race. Despite being 34 seconds off the leader. Don't want that. That's not what I wanted to do. Because Rene is still not got a really good fast lap in yet. Kostas still controlling that pace. But interesting for Rene if he just goes double super softs. That could be an option for him. Possibly, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure what the tyre wear's like, but I've heard it's not particularly bad. Whereas Kostas has to use both tyres, so maybe he can catch later on. But I don't say he's going to gain 30 seconds. Unless Kostas has to change the front wing or something. There's Rene, and W. Oh God, they've come together, and that is a sight you don't want to be seeing, really. And Rene is retired, and Ben Gallagher goes past. And so does Ganak. That's interesting. Anyway, back to our race. As I'm looking at Tier 1 race, we've got not a lot going on. I've got Rear Wheelman closing in on MFC, who's got no front wing. As he's coming into the pits. Who's in the pits? I'm looking at somebody in the pits. Semi-FC boss is making a 50 million pit stop. Chrissy isn't keeping up with Rotards, Kostas, but anyway, back to this race. We've got Ganak binning it again, and I'm pretty sure he'll give up on his service over there. He comes into the pits. Apparently there was a lap 1 incident between Renee and somebody that I didn't see, which is interesting to see. And MUFC's retired from the session. Didn't see that, notice it too much. As Chrissy has got a 5-second stop and go. I bet he went flat out in the pit lane because I turned the pit assist off. Wonder if Kostas will make the same mistake. So our keel nearly went. Just waiting for something to happen. It's come because there ain't that many people here this week like there weren't last week as well. Needs to be addressed. As Kostas makes his first stop, and for once he's not in the lead, he's behind a keel, but I expect that to be over and done with pretty quickly. And there we go, there's a pass for the lead. Didn't cost us a kill, it was always going to happen. It's Mikhail Gustanania. John Hooking starting to come back through the field. As he's overtaken Chrissy, who's made some sort of mistake, I think. So again, a little bit of battle between Walulu and Ganak. I don't know if... No. Well, that battle's over now. Whatever it was. Rear wheelman's on the charge to get Ben Gallagher. Costas sets the new fastest up of the race, 23.1. As we have an incident in sector 3. And it's Ganak, and he is retired. I mean, the chat's a bit more exciting than the race. Up the Lewis Mason, who's out. Yeah. We've got Ben Gallagher in 5th place. Yeah, this race has been over for quite a while in terms of the actual race. It's been probably one of the worst races I've ever commentated on, but the only ray of sunshine we've got here is we might actually get a battle between Ben Gallagher and Rear Wheelman in the near future. Just waiting for it to happen. It looks like Kostas will win the championship shortly. Just waiting for the laps to go down. We'll keep on board with this little battle that we're going to ensue fairly shortly. It isn't Martin. Martin's racing. And Luke Foggy, I know who he is, and that's not you. I know Carl. So we've got Walulu who's binned it. I didn't see that one coming. No. That's a shame. I don't know how T3's going at the minute, but obviously if you retired it can't be going that well. Well, you're worse. No. There's Akil is now pitting, which puts John Hocking in second. There's Akil and Rear Wheelman has come into the pits as well, interestingly enough. Did he start them soft tyres? Will Ben pit again? When did Ben pit? We'll soon find out if he's pitting again. Ben. Ben pit on lap 1, so I'm expecting him to come in at some point. So any battles that we was expecting to happen aren't going to happen. Unless, well, Ben's going to pit and then the Rear Wheelman and Ben might have a bit of a ding-dong, but we've got to wait and see. So we could have a fight for 5th place. And could Rear Wheelman catch a keel, possibly? Ben stays out. Chrissy has got another penalty. And the gap between Akil, well, Ben's actually closing in on Chrissy, which is interesting to see, so we might get a bit of a thing with that. There's John Hocking has actually come into the pits, interestingly enough, which puts him. Well, Ben's pitting anyway, so Chrissy's into second, who's going to the end, I think. So John will have a bit of a job to catching Chrissy. Ben goes behind Akil and Rear Wheelman probably as well. And he does, and he goes down to last, does Ben, but Ben has the fresher tyres. The keel's going a bit faster, so we might get a bit of a battle from somewhere. Just gonna wait for it to happen, really. John Hawkins really closing down on Chrissy. John Hawkins got a penalty. Track extending. No, the next race is Abu Dhabi next week. 2 races to go after this. Hopefully we can have a great 2 races, because no offences, I'm sat here waiting for something to happen in a minute, and it looks like something is going to happen in a second, for the first time in 50 laps. Hopefully we can have a better race. Yeah, after the first couple of laps it just went. So hopefully get a few more people here. Obviously I've got to have a word with a few people that didn't tell me they weren't coming in the first place, and then hopefully get a few more people in next week. Just been a really unlucky with numbers. I don't know if the World Cup's affecting it or stuff like that, I'm not sure, but we've got John Hocking making a move around the outside of Chrissy Constantia. Chrissy goes deep, John goes and does the switchback and gets to the position. It's fair to say Kostas is dominating this. I think that would be fair to say. Yeah, the World Cup is great. I agree. If England win it, then it's even greater. All the banter's kicking off in the chats though. So we'll have a little bit of a ding dong in the chat. There's not really anyone catching anybody. But one interesting development is I think Kostas is going to do a... I think Kostas is going to try a fastest lap challenge, so that'll be interesting to see. And there's an incident in sector 3, and that is a rear wheelman trying to attempt to come into the pit lane, and Ben Gallagher's overtaking him. He's got a 5-second stopping, and that's the pettiest 5-second stopper go I've ever seen. So yeah, and oh, Blackie. Blackie's crash was caught on camera. Listen, Lewis, chill your beans. If you have any incidents, send them to Alan and he'll look at them. I'm getting a rage message now. How do I send a clip? You put it on YouTube and then you copy the link and then send it on the old messenger. Make sure you save the clip. Obviously you can't send anything. He's not a noob, bless him, leave him. My big question is Rotard's going to win a T1 race? I mean, if he gets in that 3 seconds, I reckon he could. This T1 race is getting interesting. Rotard with the penalties. Anyway, we're going to go to our race leader. Sorry about the lack of commentary. As simple as I'm going to put it, it's been a pretty shit race. And Kostas has won the race by 20 seconds in the end. So Kostas wins and wins the championship in the process. We've got John in second, decent drive from him. Really, Chrissy third for a podium. Akil in fourth. Ben Gallagher's going to come home in fifth, and Rear Wheel Man will come home in sixth. And that is the end of that. Yay! I'm actually happy that's that done. We'll have a look for next week, but